Okay, it's Friday, October 7th. It's a SPY pre-opening report. You can see here after the jobs data was released, the market is dropping. The futures are near the session lows. You can see the big range here we have now to monitor. It aligns with the bottom of it. Where we are now is near the bottom of this gap that was expected to be filled in. The top is the midpoint of yesterday's bar. For upside potential on the day, which doesn't look likely at the moment. And we will just see. We're obviously going to play the short side, in my opinion, to start. If we get a little bit of a bounce here, look for a green to red kind of move. If you get some kind of really strong move up, let's say this all is just a false move to the downside. I'm not expecting that. I wouldn't really buy the first bar, but if it really just continues up a little bit, the first bar or two, very strong, and you sense we might be heading higher, you could always buy that first pullback. And if that holds, kind of to the midway point. But anyway, that's the buy that you might consider if it just really goes green, green, green strong. But other than that, the more likely is you're going to go red strong right out of the gates, and you can be aggressive and try the sell and see if we sustain lower. And then getting to the move lower, what it looks like is developing is this weekly bar, which I've discussed, which was green all week. We were going to see if that maybe held green by the end of today. That would have maybe forecasted that we were going to try higher into next week. Big green bar, head higher. If nothing, what it looks like, if we can go below this blue line today and head a little lower, you're going to have a big shooter bar on this bar, which actually then, and we might even get it today, that we head all the way down here. Our target, is this low down here, which is we're going to have a 2 down day, in other words, and our target is definitely an area where the monthly chart turns red. And, that's kind of what we were talking about in the back of our minds all along, is that this big red bar from last month was likely going to have some follow through, even though we started the beginning of the month green. So if we can just get to the, this lower opening and a little follow through is going to really come close to turning this monthly bar red. And at that point, then you can expect follow through to take out those lows and see how much lower we may go, into next week, because you're gonna, you'll target those lows. And again, who knows, today maybe we're gonna get the tremendous sell-off. We'll just have to see how weak it gets. But short side is the way to go, and we'll just see how much follow through we get below this blue line. And like I said, it was always going to be a matter of how this weekly bar was going to close to kind of give us an indication of where we may be headed next. And to be, obviously it looks like the downside at the moment, given this, but let's just see, again, as always, we got to see how it opens, where the first red bar, first 15-minute bar goes, how, if we can get some follow through, below this blue line. That's going to be the key. Once you see that, then, it seems to be that you're getting that reversal here. Well, more on the monthly bar that we were talking about, where you, in the end of the, you're gonna look back on this bar maybe and see you reach just the midpoint of the prior bar in the first few days of the month, and we get some kind of red bar, into October.